Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. Let's jump into today's topic. Let's not start with definition. Let's start with a situation. You are in a sprint planning meeting. The product owner says, "We need a login feature." Developer says, "Okay, I will build a login API and UI." Tester says, "I will write test cases after development." Everyone agrees and the development starts. A few days later, developer finishes implementation. Tester starts testing, and suddenly, what happens if password is wrong? What if account is locked? What if user is inactive? Now confusion starts, rework starts, bugs start appearing. This is exactly the problem BDD tries to solve. BDD says, stop, don't start coding yet. First answer this. How should the system behave? Now imagine the same scenario with BDD. Before writing any code, the team sits together: business, developer, tester. This is called three amigos discussion. And instead of saying build a login feature, they say let's define behavior. Now they start writing scenarios like given user has valid credential. When user logs in, then user should be see dashboard. Simple, clear. Everyone understands. No technical confusions. Now let's pause here. This is the core idea of BDD. It is not just testing, it is not just automation, it is a communication framework. Now let's go deeper. Why is this powerful? Because traditionally, requirements are written in documents. Documents are misunderstood. Documents become outdated. But in BDD, scenarios becomes living documentation. Why living? Because they are automated, they run in CI/CD, they evolve with the system. Now let's understand how BDD actually works in a project. Step 1, business explains behavior. Step 2, team discusses scenarios. Step 3, scenarios are written in even when format. Step 4, these scenarios are automated using tools like Cucumber. Step 5, they run continuously in pipeline. So instead of writing test cases after development, we are defining behavior before development. That's a big shift. Now let's talk about the given, when, then structure. Think of it like a story. Given, situation, when, action, then result. Example, given user is logged in. When user clicks log out, then user should be redirected to login page. This structure makes scenarios easy to read, easy to understand, easy to validate. Even non-technical people can understand it. Now let's compare this with the traditional testing. In traditional approach, dev builds, QA test later. In BDD, dev, QA, business collaborate early. So instead of detecting defects, we focus on preventing the defects. Now let's talk about the role of a tester here. In BDD, tester is not just executing test cases. Tester becomes requirement analyst, scenario designer, quality advisor. They ask question, identify edge cases, ensure clarity. This is a much more powerful role. Now let's talk about benefits in real terms. BDD helps in reducing rework, improving communication, catching issues early, aligning business and tech. And one important benefit, faster feedback in CI/CD because scenarios are automated. Now let's clear some misconceptions. BDD is not writing English test cases, just using Cucumber, replacing manual testing. BDD is a mindset, a collaboration approach. Tools are just supporting it. Now, when you should use BDD? Use it when business logic is complex, multiple stakeholders are involved, requirements change frequently. You can avoid it when project is too small. Requirements are very simple because BDD has some overhead. Now, think practically in agile teams. User stories are converted into BDD scenarios. Scenarios act as acceptance criteria. Automation validates the behavior continuously. So everything becomes connected. Requirement, development, testing, automation. So, final thought, BDD is not about writing scenarios, it's about building the right product the first time because you are clear about the behavior before writing code. If you truly understand BDD, you won't just be a tester, you will become a quality engineer who prevents problem. So that's for today. If this helped you understand BDD in real world, like, share and subscribe. See you in the next session. Thank you.